Hello, Aries. If today your ears and your heart can hear these words, it is not by accident. The universe has called your name. September 2025 will not just be a date on the calendar, it is a doorway, opening into 2 decades of luck, abundance, and deep healing. And Baba Vanga, she foretold all of this long ago. Are you ready to know why you were chosen and what is truly waiting ahead? Then come with me as we step into the very first chapter. The call to awaken the door of September 2025. Aries, pause for just a moment. Step away from the noise of a long day and let your heart truly listen. Because what I'm about to share with you is not some passing horoscope, not a hollow prediction you'd skim in a morning paper. This is a whisper echoing from the past, a bell tolling from the depths of time. It is the prophecy of Baba Vanga, the blind woman who saw through the thickest veils of destiny. And strangely enough, her vision calls your name Aries. September 2025 is not just a date on the calendar. It is a hidden doorway waiting to open, leading you into a journey unlike anything before. This doorway is not for everyone. It opens only to the souls bold enough to cross it. And once you do, you step into a current that will flow for 20 years, a river where luck, opportunity, love, prosperity, and healing all meet in one place. If your skin tingles hearing this, if your heart stirs without knowing why, understand this is not random. It is resonance. It is your soul answering the vibration of what is already on its way. True fortune never falls out of the sky. It finds the right person, the right moment, the right soil that is finally ready for the seed to break open. In Buddhist wisdom, this is called destiny ripening. When the good seeds are full, the sweet fruit comes. No one can force it, yet whoever is awake, grateful, and brave enough to open their arms will hold on to the blessing. You, Aries, are the fire starter, the pioneer, the fearless one in the circle of the Zodiac. And that is why your name is called for this 20-year journey. Picture it. One morning in September. The sunlight looks the same as any other day, yet something feels different. You step outside and a new wind brushes your skin. Not the ordinary breeze of autumn, but a quiet reminder that a new chapter has begun. From that moment, every step, every word, every choice you make will ripple outward, returning to you as unexpected doors, surprising opportunities. That is the nature of this flow. It does not appear to entertain, it appears to place you as the architect of your own destiny. Remember the times you nearly collapsed, the days when effort gave no fruit, the dreams that shattered before they could even take shape. You asked yourself, why did I sow seeds and see no sprouts? But the truth is, the soil was holding them and the sky was watering them with lessons and trials. And in September 2025, that cycle will break. You will no longer just sow, you will see flowers bloom and fruit ripen. But to step into this current, one thing is needed: awareness. You must recognize the blessing when it comes and not let it slip through your fingers like sand. You must open your heart. Light the fire of courage and trust that you are worthy. For if you doubt, if you turn away, this current will vanish quietly, leaving behind only the ache of having missed something vast. So right now, I invite you to do one small act, a promise to yourself and to the universe. Say it within or write it down. I'm ready to receive my 20-year blessing. These are not just words. This is a declaration, a seal of vibration pressed into the flow of energy now unfolding. Aries, you are not here by chance. You are here because your soul called you to be here. And if you listen deeply enough, you'll feel that call growing louder each day like a bell awakening you from within. So when this doorway opens, what truly waits on the other side? Many will call it luck, but the truth is that it's something greater. It is transformation. And even now, we are drawing closer to uncovering the very essence of the fortune Baba Vanga once saw waiting for you. There are moments in life that make us stop and ask ourselves, is this really coincidence, or is it the subtle hand of the universe arranging something for us? Like when you think of a friend you haven't seen in years, and the very next day, they call you out of the blue. Like when you're standing on the edge of giving up, and suddenly a small, perfect opportunity appears just enough to help you take one more step forward. Most people call it coincidence, but for those who are awake, it is a signal. It is the conscious flow. Luck in the shallow view is often mistaken for a lottery win, a random gift from fate. But what Baba Vanga saw for you was nothing like that. She wasn't speaking of a fleeting moment. She spoke of a long journey, a river of fortune that never stops flowing. Not for you to sit on the bank and watch, but to step into, to learn how to drift with and how to steer, to become the one who holds the helm of your destiny. In Buddhist wisdom, mindfulness is the compass that lets us see these signals. When you live too fast, you miss them. But when you breathe deeply, slow down, and become fully present in each step, the doors begin to appear. A door you thought was locked suddenly cracks open. A phone call you prayed for rings at the exact moment you need it. This is no joke of fate. This is dialogue between you and the flow. The conscious flow never gives for free. It responds. It listens to the whispers of your heart and answers by sending the right opportunity, the right person at the right time. So the real question isn't whether you're lucky, but whether you are willing to live as if you are already ready to be found by luck. Here is a human lesson we often forget. Fortune always walks hand in hand with action. No one can build a bridge by only dreaming on the shore. You lay one stone and the universe lays the next. You speak one word, and the universe sends it to the ears of the one who needs to hear it. You send out a kind message, and the universe finds a way to bring it back to you, multiplied. For you, Aries, this flow is an invitation to stop watching from the sidelines. You are the architect. You are the one who will design the blueprint of your life for the next 2 decades. And this flow has meaning only if you join in, only if you light your torch of courage and step into the river. In the silence of mindfulness, in the heart that knows no fear, you will learn the truth. Coincidences are never just coincidences. They are the music the universe is tapping on the door of your soul. Open it, listen, and walk forward. So let me invite you to pause for a moment. Think back to the times when strange events aligned so perfectly you couldn't explain them. That was when you were inside the flow. Have you lived a moment like that? If you have, share a short story in the comments. Who knows, your story may be the exact signal someone else needs tonight to keep walking their path. And once you begin to see the true nature of luck, you'll realize something deeper. Keeping that flow alive for 20 years doesn't rest on faith alone. It also calls for a discipline of the spirit, a way of living that helps you stay connected to the current. And from here, the story will carry us into a deeper layer where we discover how to hold that blessing steady and let it last through the years. Not every blessing that arrives is meant to stay forever. Universe gives, but it also tests, it also watches. The ancients called it the law of balance. In spiritual language, we call it the gatekeeper of destiny. Every great gift is placed behind a doorway, and on that threshold, there is always a trial waiting. Sometimes that trial is a sudden setback, a rejection, or a fear that rises out of nowhere. But if you look closer, you'll see it is simply the universe asking, are you truly ready to hold this blessing? In life, so many times we pray for something good. Yet when it comes, we hesitate, we doubt, sometimes even turn away. We fear it's too big, too unfamiliar, too far beyond what we've known. But in those very moments, destiny is decided. The one who pushes through fear, who opens to what is new, steps into a season where blessings double. The one who pulls back, who chooses safety, will see the current slowly drift away. Buddhist teaching says this: gratitude and generosity are the 2 hands that hold blessings. When we live with gratitude, the energy of blessing is not lost. When we share it, that blessing multiplies and circulates like a river. A river only stays alive when it flows. If it stagnates, it dies. Blessings are the same. Hold them too tightly and they dry up. But give them freely, and the universe responds with waves of abundance, stronger and more radiant than before. I believe the greatest blessing is not what you receive, but what you become able to give. A wealthy person is not defined by money in their pocket, but by a heart that knows how to share. A happy person is not one untouched by pain, but one who turns pain into wisdom and shines that light for others. That is the way to keep blessings alive. Aries, look back at your own path. How many times have you fallen, yet stood back up? How many times were you tested to your limit, only to discover a deeper strength within? Each of those times, you passed an unseen gatekeeper. You proved you were worthy to go on. And it is for this reason the universe now calls your name for a 20-year season of blessing. The conditions for keeping blessings are not complicated. Only 4 things: faith, action, gratitude, and sharing. Faith, so you won't be shaken by trials. Action so your faith is proven with steps. Gratitude so the blessing stays and grows in your heart. And sharing so it doesn't end with you, but becomes light for those around you. I want you to do one simple but powerful act right now. Close your eyes and think of one specific thing you are grateful for today. Maybe it's a warm meal, someone who truly listened, or simply a moment of peace beneath the evening sky. Then write it down in the comments. Today, I am grateful for. In doing this, you're not only acknowledging it, you're sending out a vibration, and the universe always responds to gratitude. Remember, sometimes a gift comes dressed as a challenge. Don't rush to complain, don't let fear take hold. See it as a door, and if you are brave enough to open it, you'll find a brilliant light waiting on the other side. Once you know how to keep blessings, you'll realize they don't just touch one corner of life. They ripple outward into love, into finances, into career, into health, into your relationships with others, and even into the way you relate to yourself. And from there, the story will unfold into a wider picture where every aspect of your life is touched, transformed, and lifted by the light of blessing in ways you never imagined before. Imagine a long road stretching out before you, a road that carries you for the next 20 years. It isn't paved with gold or silver, yet every stone on that path is laid with opportunity, with love, with peace, and with the mission the universe has placed in your hands. The prophecy Baba Vanga left behind was never a promise of instant change. It was a patient picture, each brushstroke opening into a steady, flowing stream. In the next 20 years, fortune will not arrive like a passing storm. It will come like a season of steady rains, nourishing the fields. Your finances will not rest on a lucky break. They will grow from ideas that slowly turn into steady income, from projects you thought were lost, suddenly reborn when you meet the right person, at the right time. Pieces you thought were scattered will begin to connect, and your career will no longer feel like a lonely path, but a network of opportunities woven together. And love, in this 20-year season, love will no longer be a fleeting spark. It will wear the face of a true companion, someone who stands with you in the storms and in the gentle days of peace. Not only a safe harbor, but the spark that ignites you, the mirror that shows you your strongest and also your softest self. If you are already in a relationship, you'll feel it reborn like a garden that after long winters begins to bloom and bear fruit again. But the greatest treasure of this journey will not be possessions or even romance. It will be healing. The wounds you've kept hidden, the pain you thought could never be named, will begin to melt away. Peace is not the silence outside of you. It is the quiet whisper within, telling you that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you no longer have to run. And that peace will be the wealth that lasts, the soil from which everything else can bloom. Go further and you'll see this journey is not just for you. In these 2 decades, the universe is not only giving you the right to receive, it is giving you the role of a torchbearer. From the one who once waited for miracles, you become the miracle for others. From the one who once searched for light, you become the light that guides those still lost in the dark. This mission is not a burden. It is a quiet joy, a deep pride that comes from knowing your very presence can make the world a little less shadowed. In Buddhist teaching, there is a principle called the middle way. It reminds us not to lean too far to either side. Don't cling too greedily when success comes. Don't grow idle when blessings flow easily. Don't give to the point of exhaustion, but don't hoard only for yourself. It is the art of balance, the way to let the current carry you for 20 years without being swept away by arrogance or sinking into neglect. Remember this simple lesson: blessings must be managed. Like a river, if you build the dam with wisdom, it generates power, waters the fields, sustains life. But if you waste it, if you turn it into spectacle, the river can shift its course and sweep everything away. So hold to humility, to discipline, and to a clear heart. That is how you protect and grow the greatness of this opportunity. And right now, I want to invite you to ask yourself, in the next 12 months, what change do you long to see most? Is it finances, so you can step past the weight of survival? Is it love, so you can find or renew a bond that feels true? Or is it healing, so you can touch the quiet foundation of peace within? Write it down as a small but powerful commitment to yourself. Because once we hold the key to keeping blessings, once we see them flowing into every part of life, the next question is this: how do we anchor them so they don't slip away like a fleeting dream? And to do that, you will need simple but powerful rituals, small acts with the strength to unlock something vast. And from here, another layer opens, where we will uncover the secrets of activating and sustaining 20 years of light. It isn't always the grand steps that change a life. More often, it's the small things, repeated over and over, that quietly open a much larger road, like a single drop of water falling onto stone day after day. At first it seems meaningless, yet over time it carves a mark that can never be erased. In your 20-year journey of luck that is about to unfold, it will be the small, steady rituals that act as anchors. They keep you rooted in the current of blessing instead of letting it slip away like sand through your fingers. Start with the morning. Before the phone rings, before the noise of the world crashes in, give yourself 3 minutes of stillness. Sit upright, breathe deeply, and whisper a simple intention. I open my path to 20 years of luck. Just 3 minutes, but in those 3 minutes, you set the frequency for your entire day. You send a message to the universe that you are ready. It's like lighting a candle inside your heart, and that flame will guide you through the journey ahead. And when night falls, before you close the day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, as simple as a good meal, a smile from someone you love, or a sudden spark of an idea. Write them down so both your mind and your heart remember. Write them down so what seemed small becomes a great source of energy. Gratitude may not change everything instantly, but it changes the way you see the world. And a heart filled with gratitude is the strongest magnet for blessings. Over these 20 years, you'll see a truth with your own eyes. Small actions have the power to hold great fortune in place. Each day, do one thing no matter how small. Make the phone call you've delayed. Send the email you've been afraid to write. Offer the apology or the thank you that's been waiting on your lips. Every small act is like a stone laid on a path. And one day when you look back, you'll see you've built a bridge into your own future. But it isn't just your personal actions, the environment you choose matters just as much. Stay close to those who lift you up, not the ones who drag you down. You already know the difference. The one who encourages you to grow, to take a bold step, to believe in the dream you carry, and the one who plants doubt, who dims the light in your eyes. Choose to stand with those who blow wind into your sails, not with those who tie ropes to hold you back. And finally, don't forget to share. Blessings are not meant to be locked away. They are meant to circulate. Help someone today, even if it's just a kind word or a moment of listening. Sometimes, a single word spoken at the right moment can change the course of someone's life. And you'll see, the universe always finds a way to return it to you in the most unexpected way. Every small act of kindness you do today is a stone paving the next 20 years. Don't underestimate them. Because one tiny seed, when planted in the right moment, can grow into a forest. And if you truly want to begin, leave a comment with one action you will take in the next 24 hours. Just one, small but real. Write it as a promise to yourself and as a message sent up to the universe. When you step into these rituals of activation, you will feel the difference. Not loud, not dazzling right away, but like a stream soaking into the soil, nourishing the roots deep within you. And one day, you will see that the entire garden of your life has transformed in silence. But even the smallest act needs a seal, like a stamp pressed onto a document, a vow that turns intention into reality. And it is from here that you will be led into the most sacred moment of this journey, where one spiritual oath can open the doorway to 20 years of light. It is no accident that you are here, listening to these words, feeling your heart beat in a rhythm that's not the same as before. The time has come to turn what you've heard, what you've felt, and what you've reflected on into a sacred act, a vow, an invisible but powerful seal pressed onto the sky itself, so the universe knows you are ready. In the spiritual traditions of many cultures, a vow is never just words. It is energy. It is a sound that echoes into the unseen, carrying the message that a soul has chosen to rise to step forward. You Aries are not here to wait outside the gates. You are the one to open them and walk through. So let your breath slow, feel your heartbeat steady in your chest, and in that moment whisper silently within or speak softly with your lips 4 short but powerful lines. I choose light. I act with courage. I live in gratitude. I open my path to 20 years of luck. Each word is a seed planted in the fertile ground of your soul. Each time you repeat it, the seed is watered with light, with faith, until one day, it grows into a great tree offering shade not only for you, but for everyone who passes by. You are worthy of a life that blooms. Not because you've been handed more luck than others, but because you dare to receive it, because you dare to believe, because you dare to act, because you choose to become light, even when the world around you is still dark. In Buddhist wisdom, it is often said, true happiness is not in receiving, but in knowing how to give. When you commit to live as light, you don't just clear the way for yourself. You become a torch guiding others still struggling through their night. And that is the greatest blessing of all, to be part of the flow of giving. Remember, from this moment on, your life is no longer the same. You have placed a vibrational seal on your journey. And the universe in all its vastness will answer, sending the people, the opportunities, the miracles right at the moment you need them most. I want to invite you to do one more thing. Share in the comments a small story of a synchronicity you've lived. A strange coincidence, a moment that made you say, this can't just be chance. Because when you share, your story may be the flame that lights someone else's way. It may be the encouragement that keeps them from giving up tonight. And when light is shared, blessings do not fade, they multiply. Now let yourself sit quietly. Let these words soak in like rain into the soil. Feel a layer of light surrounding you, comforting you, and at the same time urging you to walk forward. Thank you for being here with an open heart. May you walk gently and bravely. And may your next 20 years be guided, abundant, and full of light. Dizzy.